Do you want to successfully complete the WGU D430 Objective Assessment for Fundamental of Information Security course? Then, you're in the right place. Our website provides a list of questions and answers, with an emphasis on preparing for your success in the Fundamental of Information Security D430 course. In this video, we will cover questions from Security Essentials, Data Protection, Cybersecurity Laws, Cryptographic Basics, and Network Security. So, let's get started. 1. Which regulation mandates that financial institutions explain their information sharing practices and safeguard customer data? A. 𝗬𝗂𝗶𝘀. B. GDPR. C. HIPAA. D. GLBA. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer: D. GLBA. Explanation: the 𝗓𝗵𝗶𝗀 Act, GLBA, requires financial institutions to explain how they share information and take steps to safeguard customer data. It specifically addresses privacy and the security of financial information. 2. Which law protects the privacy of student educational records? A. HIPAA. B. 𝗬𝗂𝗶𝗀. C. SOX. D. HITECH. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: B. 𝗬𝗂𝗶𝗀. Explanation: the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, 𝗧𝗵𝗶𝗀, protects the privacy of student education records and grants certain rights to parents and students regarding access to those records. 3. Which cryptographic method uses two keys, one public and one private, to secure communication? A. Symmetric cryptography. B. Asymmetric cryptography. C. Hashing. D. Digital signature. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: B. Asymmetric cryptography. Explanation: asymmetric cryptography uses two keys, a public key for encryption and a private key for decryption, providing secure communication. One key is public and the other is private, offering more security compared to symmetric cryptography. 4. Which of the following security principles ensures that data can only be accessed by authorized individuals? A. Integrity. B. Confidentiality. C. Availability. D. Utility. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: B. Confidentiality. Explanation: confidentiality ensures that data is only accessible to authorized individuals, preventing unauthorized access or disclosure of sensitive information. 5. Which law provides a framework to protect the security of government information and operations? A. SOX. B. HIPAA. C. 𝗬𝗲𝗯. D. 𝗬𝗑𝗲𝗄. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer: C. 𝗬𝗲𝗯. Explanation: the Federal Information Security Management Act, 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗲, establishes a framework to ensure the effectiveness of information security controls in federal government agencies. 6. What are the three states of data in information security? A. Data in rest, data in flight, data in use. B. Data in transit, data at rest, data in use. C. Data in storage, data in process, data in motion. D. Data in process, data in rest, data in motion. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: B. Data in transit, data at rest, data in use. Explanation: the three states of data are data at rest, stored data, data in use, actively processed data, and data in transit, data being transmitted across networks. 7. Which of the following describes the process of gathering intelligence to support business decisions? A. Competitive counterintelligence. B. Operations security. C. Competitive intelligence. D. Vulnerability analysis. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. C. Competitive intelligence. Explanation. Competitive intelligence involves gathering and analyzing information to support strategic business decisions, typically related to competitors and market dynamics. 8. Which type of algorithm is RSA? A. Symmetric. B. Asymmetric. C. Block cipher. D. Hashing. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Asymmetric. Explanation. RSA is an asymmetric encryption algorithm used for securing data through the use of two different keys, a public key for encryption and a private key for decryption. 9. Which process is responsible for determining the weaknesses that may be exploited in an organization's systems? A. Vulnerability analysis. B. Risk assessment. C. Threat identification. D. Operations security. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Vulnerability analysis. Explanation. Vulnerability analysis involves identifying weaknesses or flaws in systems, applications, or processes that can be exploited by threats, leading to potential security breaches. 10. Which law specifically protects electronic health records? A. HITECH. B. HIPAA. C. GDPR. D. SOX. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. HITECH. Explanation. The HITECH Act is designed to promote the adoption and meaningful use of health information technology, particularly focusing on the privacy and security of electronic health records, EHRs. 11. Which of the following is a method of securing endpoints such as desktops and mobile devices? A. Network segmentation. B. Endpoint protection. C. Physical security. D. Wireshark. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Endpoint protection. Explanation. Endpoint protection refers to securing end-user devices such as desktops, laptops, and mobile devices from threats like viruses, malware, and unauthorized access. 12. Which attack occurs when an attacker injects malicious scripts into a trusted website? A. Escal injection. B. Cross-site scripting. C. Denial of service. D. Man in the middle. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Cross-site scripting. Explanation. Cross-site scripting, XSS, occurs when an attacker injects malicious scripts into a trusted website, which are then executed by the user's browser, compromising the site's security. 13. Which model adds possession or control, utility, and authenticity to the traditional CIA triad? A. Parkerian hexad. B. Bell-LaPadula model. C. Bieber model. D. Brewer and Nash model. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. Parkerian hexad. Explanation. The Parkerian hexad extends the traditional confidentiality, integrity, and availability, as does CIA triad, by adding 3 more security principles: possession or control, utility, and authenticity. 14. What is the main purpose of encryption in data security? A. To ensure availability. B. To prevent unauthorized modification. C. To protect confidentiality. D. To ensure integrity. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. To protect confidentiality. Explanation. Encryption is primarily used to protect the confidentiality of data by converting it into an unreadable format unless decrypted by an authorized party. 15. Which of the following defines the principle of least privilege? A. Users are given the maximum permissions possible. B. Users are given minimum permissions necessary to perform their duties. C. Users are allowed full access to sensitive data. Thus, users can share permissions with other users. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. Users are given minimum permissions necessary to perform their duties. Explanation. The principle of least privilege restricts users to the minimum permissions they need to perform their tasks, reducing the risk of unauthorized access or misuse of resources. 16. Which of the following is an attack that aims to exhaust a system's resources, making it unavailable to users? A. Phishing. B. Man-in-the-middle attack. C. Denial of service. D. Cross-site scripting. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Denial of service. Explanation. A denial of service (DOS) attack is intended to overwhelm a system's resources, rendering it unavailable to legitimate users by flooding it with excessive traffic or requests. 17. What type of access control model is most commonly used in military environments, where access decisions are made based on security classifications? A. Discretionary access control. B. Role-based access control. C. Mandatory access control. D. Rule-based access control. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. Mandatory access control. Explanation. Mandatory access control is a strict access control model often used in military settings, where access to resources is based on security clearances and classification levels. 18. Which of the following is a cryptographic hashing algorithm used to ensure data integrity? A. AES. B. RSA. C. 𝗬𝗂𝗿. D. DS. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. C. 𝗬𝗂𝗿. Explanation. Secure hash. Algorithm. 𝗬𝗂𝗿 is a cryptographic hash function that produces a fixed-size hash value, used to verify data integrity by ensuring that the data has not been altered. 19. Which attack takes advantage of weaknesses in input validation to execute arbitrary code or commands? A. SQL injection. B. Cross-site scripting. C. Phishing. D. Man-in-the-middle. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. A. SQL injection. Explanation. SQL injection is an attack that exploits input validation vulnerabilities by inserting malicious SQL queries into user input fields, allowing attackers to execute arbitrary code on the database. 20. Which encryption algorithm is widely used in government agencies and is considered the standard for data encryption? A. DS. B. AES. C. RSA. D. ECC. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. AES. Explanation. The Advanced Encryption Standard, AES, is the standard encryption algorithm used by the US government to protect sensitive data, replacing DAS due to its enhanced security. 21. What is the primary purpose of a honeypot in cybersecurity? A. To block unauthorized traffic. B. To monitor attacker activity. C. To encrypt sensitive data. D. To perform vulnerability scans. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. To monitor attacker activity. Explanation. A honeypot is a system deliberately configured with vulnerabilities to attract attackers, allowing security teams to observe attacker behavior and gather intelligence on potential threats. 22. What does the term stateful refer to in a stateful packet inspection firewall? A. It only examines packet headers. B. It monitors traffic patterns and connection states. C. It blocks all incoming traffic. D. It encrypts all network traffic. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. It monitors traffic patterns and connection states. Explanation. A stateful packet inspection firewall monitors the state of active connections and decides which packets to allow or block based on the state of those connections, providing more security than stateless firewalls. 23. Which tool is commonly used for network packet analysis and troubleshooting? A. Wireshark. B. Nmap. C. SQLmap. D. Burp Suite. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Wireshark. Explanation. Wireshark is a popular packet sniffer and protocol analyzer used to capture and analyze network traffic in real time, helping to identify network issues and potential security incidents. 24. Which method of cryptography involves the use of the same key for both encryption and decryption? A. Asymmetric cryptography. B. Public key cryptography. C. Symmetric cryptography. D. Hashing. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Symmetric cryptography. Explanation. Symmetric cryptography uses the same key for both encryption and decryption of data, making it faster but less secure compared to asymmetric cryptography. 25. What is the purpose of a digital signature in information security? A. To encrypt messages. B. To validate the sender's identity and ensure message integrity. C. To hide the contents of the message. D. To compress large files. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. To validate the sender's identity and ensure message integrity. Explanation. A digital signature is used to verify the identity of the sender and ensure that the message has not been altered during transmission, providing both authentication and integrity. 26. Which attack attempts to capture user credentials by impersonating a trusted website? A. Cross-site scripting. B. Phishing. C. SQL injection. D. Denial of service. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Phishing. Explanation. Phishing attacks deceive users into providing sensitive information, such as usernames and passwords, by pretending to be a legitimate website or service. 27. Which physical control is primarily used to protect against unauthorized access to a facility? A. Antivirus software. B. Firewalls. C. Biometric scanners. D. SSL certificates. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, C. Biometric scanners. Explanation. Biometric scanners are physical security controls that verify an individual's identity through unique physical characteristics, such as fingerprints or retinal patterns, ensuring that only authorized personnel can access secured areas. 28. What is the purpose of network segmentation in cybersecurity? A. To isolate different parts of the network to improve performance and security. B. To prevent data breaches by encrypting all network traffic. C. To allow unrestricted access between all parts of the network. D. To monitor all traffic on the network. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer, A. To isolate different parts of the network to improve performance and security. Explanation. Network segmentation divides a network into smaller, isolated segments to enhance security and performance, limiting the spread of malware and reducing the attack surface. 29. What is a race condition in software development? A. A situation where multiple threads access the same resource in an unpredictable manner. B. A denial of service attack. C. A cryptographic vulnerability. D. A method to improve software performance. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, A. A situation where multiple threads access the same resource in an unpredictable manner. Explanation. A race condition occurs when multiple threads or processes try to access the same resource simultaneously, potentially leading to incorrect results or security vulnerabilities. Struggling with your WGU exams? We've all been there. Welcome to OAExams.com, your ultimate resource for WGU success. Find over 15,000 plus questions and answers. Join our thriving community of over 10,000 active WGU students and an impressive 100% success rate with our premium exam support. Visit OAExams.com today and take the first step toward guaranteed success. 30. Which of the following describes the act of following someone through a secured door without providing credentials? A. Phishing. B. Baiting. C. Tailgating. D. Pretexting. Do you know the answer? Correct answer, C. Tailgating. Explanation. Tailgating is a physical security breach where an unauthorized individual follows an authorized person through a secured access point without providing their own credentials. 31. Which of the following security models is designed to prevent conflicts of interest by prohibiting access to sensitive information from competing organizations? A. Bieber model. B. 𝗏𝗶𝗀𝗀 model. C. Brewer and Nash model. D. 𝗏𝗂𝗃𝗀𝗀𝗀. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Brewer and Nash model. Explanation. The Brewer and Nash model, also known as the Chinese wall, is an access control model designed to prevent conflicts of interest by ensuring that individuals do not have access to sensitive information from competing organizations. 32. Which cryptographic function generates a fixed-length output from input data to ensure data integrity? A. Symmetric encryption. B. Asymmetric encryption. C. Hashing. D. Digital signature. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer, C. Hashing. Explanation. Hashing generates a fixed-length output, called a hash value or message digest, from an input message. It is primarily used to verify the integrity of data by ensuring that any modification to the data would produce a different hash value. 33. Which of the following is a method to protect data during transmission over a network? A. IDS, B. VPN, C. Antivirus, D. Endpoint protection. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. VPN. Explanation. A virtual private network, VPN, protects data during transmission by creating a secure, encrypted tunnel between two endpoints, preventing unauthorized access to the data in transit. 34. Which law aims to deter and punish terrorist acts and improve law enforcement tools to combat terrorism? A. 𝗓𝗵𝗶𝗀 Act, B. U.S. Patriot Act, C. HITECH Act, D. 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗶𝗁 Act. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. U.S. Patriot Act. Explanation. The U.S. Patriot Act was enacted to enhance law enforcement capabilities in preventing, detecting, and prosecuting terrorist activities, providing additional tools to combat terrorism. 35. What type of attack involves bombarding a system with excessive input in hopes of exploiting memory vulnerabilities? A. SQL injection, B. Buffer overflow, C. Phishing, D. Clickjacking. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. B. Buffer overflow. Explanation. A buffer overflow attack involves sending excessive input to a system, causing it to overwrite memory beyond its buffer limit, potentially leading to the execution of malicious code. 36. What is the primary objective of the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, 𝗬𝗂𝗰𝗀𝗍𝗃? A. To protect student records, B. To regulate financial practices and governance in corporations, C. To safeguard medical records, D. To enhance counter-terrorism efforts. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer. B. To regulate financial practices and governance in corporations. Explanation. The Sarbanes-Oxley Act, 𝗬𝗂𝗋, mandates transparency and accountability in financial reporting for publicly traded companies, aimed at protecting investors and the public by preventing corporate fraud. 37. Which attack relies on tricking users into performing unintended actions on a website they are logged into, such as making unauthorized requests? A. Cross-site request forgery, B. Denial of service, C. SQL injection, D. Phishing. Do you know the answer? Correct answer. A. Cross-site request forgery. Explanation. Cross-site request forgery exploits a user's active session on a website by tricking them into performing unauthorized actions, such as submitting forms or changing account settings, without their knowledge. 38. Which method is commonly used for hardening an operating system by reducing its attack surface? A. Installing antivirus software, B. Removing unnecessary services and applications, C. Encrypting data at rest, D. Conducting penetration testing. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. Removing unnecessary services and applications. Explanation. Hardening an operating system involves reducing its attack surface by removing or disabling unnecessary services, applications, and features that could be exploited by attackers. 39. What is the primary purpose of encryption in protecting data at rest? A. To improve network performance, B. To secure data stored on devices or media from unauthorized access, C. To prevent data loss due to hardware failure, D. To speed up data retrieval. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. B. to secure data stored on devices or media from unauthorized access. Explanation: encryption of data at rest protects data stored on physical devices or media, such as hard drives or cloud storage, by converting it into an unreadable format, ensuring that only authorized users can access it. 40. Which tool is primarily used for port scanning and discovering hosts on a network? A. Wireshark, B. Burp Suite, C. Nmap, D. TCP dump. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: C. Nmap. Explanation: Nmap is a widely used network discovery and port scanning tool that helps identify open ports, services, and hosts on a network, providing valuable insights for security assessments. 41. Which attack involves a malicious entity intercepting communications between two parties to steal information? A. Denial of service, B. Man-in-the-middle attack, C. Cross-site scripting, D. Phishing. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer: B. Man-in-the-middle attack. Explanation: a man-in-the-middle attack occurs when a malicious actor intercepts communications between two parties, allowing them to steal or manipulate sensitive information without the knowledge of the parties involved. 42. Which model focuses on protecting data integrity by preventing unauthorized modifications? A. 𝗬𝗵𝗶𝗀 model, B. 𝗵𝗶𝗀 model, C. Brewer and Nash model, D. 𝗂𝗂𝗿 hexad. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer: B. 𝗵𝗶𝗀 model. Explanation: the 𝗵𝗶𝗀 model is focused on protecting data integrity by ensuring that only authorized individuals can modify information, even if it comes at the expense of confidentiality. 43. Which tool is designed to discover wireless access points, even those that are hidden? A. Kismet, B. Wireshark, C. Nmap, D. Burp Suite. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer: A. Kismet. Explanation: Kismet is a wireless network detection tool commonly used to discover wireless access points, even those that are hidden or have been configured to be difficult to detect. 44. What is the primary goal of intrusion detection systems? IDS. A. To block unauthorized access to the network. B. To detect and alert administrators of suspicious activity. C. To encrypt all network traffic. D. To perform regular backups. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: B. To detect and alert administrators of suspicious activity. Explanation: intrusion detection systems, IDS, are designed to monitor network or system activities and detect potential security threats or policy violations, alerting administrators to take action. 45. Which process involves mimicking the techniques of actual attackers to test a system's security defenses? A. Vulnerability scanning, B. Penetration testing, C. Security auditing, D. Patch management. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer: B. Penetration testing. Explanation: penetration testing simulates the actions of attackers by using the same techniques they would employ to find and exploit security weaknesses, helping organizations assess the effectiveness of their defenses. 46. Which type of firewall inspects the content of traffic and not just its headers? A. Packet filtering, 𝗬𝗂𝗰𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗀. B. Stateful packet inspection firewall, C. Deep Packet Inspection Firewall. D. Proxy Firewall. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer. C. Deep Packet Inspection Firewall. Explanation: Deep Packet Inspection. DPI. Firewalls inspect the content of packets beyond just the headers, allowing them to detect and block more sophisticated attacks by analyzing the data being transmitted. 47. Which concept refers to keeping data accurate and unaltered by unauthorized parties? A. Confidentiality. B. Integrity. C. Availability. D. Utility. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer: B. Integrity. Explanation: Integrity refers to ensuring that data remains accurate, complete, and unaltered by unauthorized parties, protecting it from unauthorized modification or tampering. 48. Which technique is used to flood a network with traffic to make it unavailable to legitimate users? A. Phishing. B. Buffer overflow. C. Denial of service. D. ESCL injection. What do you think is the answer? Correct answer: C. Denial of service. Explanation: A denial of service. DOS attack overwhelms a network or system with excessive traffic, rendering it unavailable to legitimate users by exhausting its resources. 49. What is the primary objective of a risk assessment in cybersecurity? A. To identify and analyze potential vulnerabilities and threats. B. To perform daily backups. C. To configure network firewalls. D. To install antivirus software. Do you know the answer? Correct answer: A. To identify and analyze potential vulnerabilities and threats. Explanation: A risk assessment involves identifying and evaluating vulnerabilities, threats, and risks to an organization's assets, allowing security teams to implement appropriate controls to mitigate those risks. 50. Which type of cryptography is used to create digital signatures and verify the authenticity of messages? A. Symmetric cryptography. B. Asymmetric cryptography. C. Hashing. D. Stream cipher. Can you guess the answer? Correct answer: B. Asymmetric cryptography. Explanation: Asymmetric cryptography uses a pair of public and private keys to create digital signatures, ensuring the authenticity and integrity of messages by verifying the sender's identity. You've reached the end of our first question set. For the complete exam preparation experience, visit us at OAExams.com, where you'll find thousands more practice questions and comprehensive study guides. Thanks for studying with us today. See you in the next video.